So part of why I was so excited about Cornell, it actually kind of goes back to high school. And when I was in high school, I did a research project on the early days of the HIV epidemic. And that got me interested in science and sociology and just the context of how science and medicine can fit into the life of a human being. And after college, when I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, I had a really special opportunity to go to the National Institutes of Health. And I realized that all these people that I had read about who I really admired, like Dr. Fauci, Dr. Massour, Dr. Pellemore, all those people are still doing really impactful work at the NIH. And I was fortunate enough to go do research with a lot of those people for 3 years, and I loved it. And all of them took so much time to teach me as a young person who hadn't really differentiated my career choices yet and who was very impressionable. And all of them taught me so much about what the culture of medicine can be like and how much you can really do with a certain level of excitement about science and about bringing solutions to real people's lives. And after I went to medical school and I stayed really excited about all kinds of things that are community health related and science and research in general, all of those people who I had admired had all trained here. And so that kind of brought it all together for me of what kind of institution produces people like that, who are just bring a real level of humanity to everything they do, who take their share of the world's work and try to solve problems along with their patients. And when I got to come here and visit this as a place where I would potentially get to train, it felt like really just all of those things were still true. And I wanted to be like those people, and I wanted to be at an institution that was going to give me those skills and let me be the person that I am and nurture all the values in me that I think brought me to where I am now. And since I've been here, I felt that all those things have been true. It's been so exciting to be here. I love everybody I train with. I love everybody who teaches me in and out of the hospital. And I think it's just been a fantastic experience for me to be here.
So I chose to come to Weill Cornell because I love the people here. I felt like people were really nice. People were very receptive to feedback and get along very well. You could see the chemistry and the friendships between the residents on your interview days.
I think on the interview day, it was really the people that stood out to me. Everyone from the residents that were there on the lunch and the dinner, and Dr. Goody, of course.
I chose Weill Cornell Medicine because of the people that I met when I interviewed here. The residents were just so impressive and inspiring and friendly. And coming from Colorado, I knew I needed a program that had people that were very friendly and smart. And I loved the program director, Dr. Goody. She was a big part of why I came here as well. And I have been blown away by this program. I've felt so welcomed, and I've really felt like my development as a doctor is due to the excellence of this program.
I chose Weill Cornell because I knew I wanted a residency training program that was had excellent inpatient training, had great research opportunities, and it really just came down to the people. I know during the interview trail, everyone always says I chose this program because of the people, and it's very cliche, but on my interview day, everyone I interacted with, from the residents to the program coordinators, speaking with Dr. Goody, I just felt like this place was home.
I love my medicine rotation here. It was just kind of blew me away. I came into medical school thinking that I wanted to be a surgeon because I really like procedures. And then I had surgery and medicine back to back. And I actually really love my surgery rotation too. But I was just blown away with the people. And that's kind of what it's always come down to for me. I knew I'd get excellent clinical training. I knew it would be incredibly rigorous. I knew I'd see a really diverse patient population. I knew that because I was here. But it was the people that sold me. I remember specific residents taking me aside and teaching me how to do EKGs, or, an attending walking me through how to read my first chest X-ray, or somebody patiently waiting at 5:15 when no doubt they wanted to go home and feed their dog or be with their wife, but they were there teaching me. And so that's what sold me on this place. And I think that's just from the top down, from every administrator to attending to resident to intern to nurse to respiratory therapist.
So I chose Weill Cornell because of the people, and Dr. Goody, Dr. Cutler, Dr. Ovedegbe, Dr. Becker, and that's why I chose to come here.
I chose Weill Cornell because of the people that I met during my interview day. I was very impressed with the program, and I felt like I would be a good fit here.
So having gone to undergrad in New York City, I knew I wanted to come back to Manhattan after going to medical school back in New Jersey. Next, so my geography was already zeroed in on Manhattan, and I wanted to come to a big academic medical center with research rigor and excellent clinical education. And really, when I came to my interview day, it's hard to describe, but it was a fit. And some of those intangibles that you can only get on interview day, meeting who would be your colleagues, who would be your program leadership, who would be your co-residents, seeing the hospital, seeing where I would live, all those intangibles really came together to make me really feel in my gut that this is where I wanted to be. And I actually ranked Cornell as my #1 choice. And I was really fortunate to be able to come here and start my residency here.
So I knew that I wanted to come to New York City. My husband at the time was living in New York, and so that's where I was mostly looking. And there was something about interviewing at Cornell and meeting the people here that really stood out to me. Everyone was really welcoming, really supportive. Even after interview day, when I was trying to decide, I would reach out to them, and no matter what rotation they were on, they would take the time to talk to me and tell me what the experience was like. And I think a lot of places will say that it's a place where you feel really supported, and it's hard to really know what that means, but I can honestly say being here, you really feel that, whether you're going through a tough time or what's going on outside of medicine. People are constantly reaching out, making sure that you're doing okay and checking in and really making sure that you're taking the time to take care of yourself, which I really appreciate.